Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Excuse the noise, there's construction going on out here and it's extremely noisy. I'll do my best. Today I will mount my electric heater, which I got from Speedy Air, and I need it for engineering unfortunately, so alright, let's do it. Okay, so this is the heater. I'd love to fit aircon, but I haven't got that far yet. I don't know where I've got room to actually mount all the aircon stuff. So for engineering you basically need a heater, probably mainly for the demisting purposes. So I got one that is a demister, can you see in there? That's just the heating element. This I'll tube up, split into two so it goes to the two demisting funnels that I've got in the dash. This probably just leave as it is, like let the air come out that way into the cabin. Probably won't be using it that much for heating. You can see here there's the fan. So this side, he said when you're mounting, just make sure this side, which is where it sucks air in, is not obstructed so it doesn't overheat, so that should be pretty straightforward. So I'm thinking that facing towards, mounting it on the passenger side or leaning towards the passenger side, having this vent fairly open, and these two going the other way towards the tunnel. It'll probably be sort of sitting, I guess part of the tunnel will be here somewhere. I'll see how it goes. Here's some stats about it. If you can see, that's not focusing for some reason. Here we go. I wish it was air conditioning. Anyway, all pretty straightforward there. 2-speed, it's got, you know, slow and fast, or medium and fast. And he said you can mount it anyway, so I'm thinking I'll be mounting it up against the wall like that. And that should do the trick. Let's get in there and see how it fits. It's quite small, it's smaller than the stock one, which is good, but it's not that small. It's still going to take up a bit of room and it could get in the way of a few things. So I don't want to hit the glove box mainly, and I want to be able to funnel the hoses, which I got, up to both of the funnels that go into the dash. Let's get into it. Okay, unfortunately it's a dark overcast day, so I don't want to wheel the car out into the small bit of sun that there is anyway, but you can see the port 15 floor here. I'll get a better look at it when I do the so after I mount the heater, I'm gonna stick sound deadener on it, on the floor, up the back wall here, up the firewall. I'll do the doors but later, and I'll do up on the ceiling. But yeah, you can see the port 15 looks pretty good. The seam sealer through the middle, around the tunnel. Look pretty happy with that. So anyway, let's look at how and where we can mount this heater. It's got the wires on this side too. So I've got to factor them in, and I've got to still figure out where I stick the ECU too, which I don't have any spot yet. I'd love to stick this where there's already holes, like that, but then it still needs room to breathe. Even like that, I guess. Other option is just up along here. Like that, I suppose. I thought I had more room here than I do, but clearly I don't. Sound system is going to get in the way in the head unit if I put it right there, isn't it? So that still going to be in the way. Maybe I need to fit the dash, put the dash in just to have a feel of how much room I got, because I've got less room than I pictured in my head. Let's try that. Without screwing it actually in, just mounting it. That screw and that screw loosely in. That's what the dash is going to look like. So it does look like there is a fair bit of depth here, so I can, the double DIN unit, I have to glue that in when I get round to it, would probably end, I guess, at about there. So there's room behind, although yeah, I still wonder how much. And then also we've got to worry about the wipers, the wiper blades up under there. I'm gonna move around So yeah, we'll see. I don't think well, the head unit's not going to hit the wipers obviously, but I'm just worried about the heater. Maybe the heater could sit just on the tunnel, flat that way, or maybe this way. Let's grab it and see how we can sort of punch it in. But damn, that looks good, huh? I mean, it's still a mess, but once I glue it all in, screw it in, it's going to look pretty good. So I suppose, scroll this up, if I could basically mount it there, maybe a bit this way, shouldn't hit the wipers, well, it won't hit the wipers, actually I can put it there, and the heat, I mean, the heat's going to come down to my feet, so maybe I can get a different funnel that sort of spreads it out evenly, but I'm probably going to be the only one in the vehicle to tell you the truth, because I've got no mates and no one wants to come with me in a shitbox car anyways. The other option is I could mount it like this, but it's going to be blowing up my hand as I'm changing gears. It's going to be a bit annoying. So anyway, they're the options. Actually, I just realized I wouldn't be able to mount it with the back facing the wall because it's got to suck out. That's where the vent is. This vent here at the back, so that has to be facing that way to get air, fresh air, so it's not overheating. So yep, it'll be mounted that way up against the wall. It's just near a brake hard line at the top there, so I just got to be careful with that. Alright, so hole is drilled. Time for my rib nut tool. I love this tool. Alright, bracket's looking pretty good. Let's do this first. Now it's probably going to be too close to that. When I get power in here, first thing I'll do is test how the wipers go. I've got room to go down, so if they do hit, it's not a matter of drilling new holes and remounting it, hopefully. Famous last words, but it will just be more of a matter of sliding down the bracket and just giving that a bit more clearance because it's obviously pretty tight there. So what it came with as well, the kit I got was some T-piece, I bought T-pieces from Bunnings. So one of these two will get the nod to be the T-piece, the V-piece, whatever you want to call it, that's going to separate the demister so it goes to the two different funnels. So each one was about $7-8 at Bunnings, maybe one was like 10. Came with that stuff. So it's flexi air duct, 5 foot of it, so it stretches out. Should be more than enough to make that fit. As I said, the bottom one, which will just be for the heater for the cabin, will just go flowing out like that, sort of towards the steering column. The top part is where I will use that flexi cable, and once I mount the dash, I'll show you how I do that. But I got a little T-piece, which is a plumbing piece from Bunnings. I got two options so I can see what fits, but they were about 50 mil, 48 mil, something like that. And then I'll just, strap them in. So I've got a T-way so I can go to both of the demister pieces. This heater unit has a control that I'm going to mount in the dash where the ashtray goes. I just need a little bracket to mount it in that hangs under there. And yeah, when I put the dash in, I'll show you how I do that and run the venting. But yeah, that's it for today. Pretty easy going. Next up, I'll be taking that out, and then I'll be putting Car Builders sound deadener throughout the floor and ceiling. So see you next time.